Ladies and gentlemen, Brewdthere-drankthat and All That Ales proudly present another edition of the rounds. We're here in NOLA with NOLA. I've got a proud member of the NOLA Brewing Company here, and for those of you who don't know, that stands for New Orleans Lagers and Ales. Introduce yourself, man, please.
My name is Buck Brown. I'm the head of sales and marketing here at NOLA Brewery. Been here since December. Pretty much passing the good word about NOLA Brewery around here and around the Gulf South. So it's been great so far.
Nice. Now I got to tell you guys, look, I've only been in town literally 24 hours flat, and one of the first, I've only drank local beers since I've been here. Let me say that firstly. Secondly, let me say that the one beer that has stood out to me happens to be the beer we have on display today. Quickly, once I got acclimated to the local area, I went to one of the local pubs and said, who's got the best beer list in town? Who makes the best beer in town? And I promise you, this is no bullshit, first words off the lips, NOLA Brewing Company. No offense, I.P.A, please don't get mad. I'm not the bartender. I didn't tell me what happened. So what we have today is their Hopitoulis. It is an I.P.A, cleverly named off of one of the main streets that intersects here with the brewery, which is Hopitoulis.
Hopitoulis. It runs right behind us. Goes along the Mississippi River, and then 7th Street is the street that we cross on. So we're on the corner of Chop and 7th. So that's where we got the name Hopitoulis.
That's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so quick general stats for the Hopitoulis.
Hopitoulis is it's our IPA. It's brewed with 6 malt, 6 hops, so it's a very well balanced IPA. Not very high on the IBUs. I think we come in around 45, 47 IBUs. So it's not very high on the IBUs. But it has, I think, the perfect amount of hops, as far as it's not real bad on your palate. But it's one of those IPAs that you can drink several times over and not, just ruin your palate.
Very nice. And what's the ABV on it?
It's 6.5.
6.5. Now, I can tell you guys, I essentially did a blind tasting. Even though this was the first beer listed off of the bartender's mouth that I spoke with. Quick shout out to Dana at Ryan's Irish Pub. You're a badass. Thanks for babysitting tourists like me. I appreciate it. Past that, the Hopitoulis got poured for me, and unfortunately, the bartender who actually poured me the beer wasn't intimately familiar with it. So I had to make my own assertions about it. Now, honestly speaking, when I had first sipped it, I would have guessed it to be around 7%. I was off a little bit there. But here's what really caught me off guard, folks. If you're in the New Orleans area and you don't have a pint of this in front of you, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Past that, let me say that the nose, the aroma, and Buck's already heard me tell him this a couple of times, but when something like this really stands out in terms of a beer, I have to mention it. That a lot of folks just generically throw the term floral at IPAs and say, "Oh, it's floral. It's got hops in it. It's floral." That is not necessarily what that means. For those of us who are actual hop heads, we understand the difference between a citrusy hop aroma. We understand the difference between a resiny hop characteristic. We understand the difference between almost a citrus rind characteristic, which would be different from the actual citrus characteristic. What stood out with me with the Hopitoulis was this actually floral, lightly nectary, and I don't know if that's a mix of residual sugars in the malt build or what, but it has a distinct aroma to it, and was thoroughly enjoyable. Additionally, I want to note that this has nice effervescence to it. We've been on camera here for probably a couple of minutes already, and I've still got nice effervescence flowing from the top of my glass, which I think is fantastic. So this wasn't your flagship beer. When did you guys introduce this?
We introduced that, I do believe, about a year or 2 years ago. It was our 3rd beer that we released.
Nice.
Our Blonde Ale was our flagship beer. Then followed the Brown Ale, which is a gold medal winning Brown Ale. We just won a gold medal for the American Canned Craft Beer competition. It's only craft breweries that actually can their beers. So ours in the amber brown ale category and won gold. So
congratulations!
We're very happy about that. So, but Hopitoulis was next to come, and it's doing great. It'll be the next one in cans as well. We'll be canning Hopitoulis hopefully by the end of the summer. It'll be in a 16-ounce can, and it'll be able to get in a 4-pack.
Oh, that is phenomenal!
So we're waiting. We already designed the can. We're waiting for the feds to approve it. Once it's approved, we'll order the cans, and once we get them, we'll start filling them. So
hopefully by the end of summer.
Yeah, that's the plan. You just don't know. Sometimes
you never know how long
the
feds
timing on
take.
it could take. But we've already done 2 cans before. We kind of know what they're looking for. So we're hoping that what we submitted was approval worthy and won't need any kind of tweaking. So
that's fantastic.
We're very excited, and I would have to say everyone around New Orleans, everyone I've talked to, is very excited about it too. So we're ready for it.
I think it added a really distinct characteristic. It, like he said, the IBU content is not really high. This is not a huge hop bomb. This is not Hoptimum. This is not Avery's Maharaja. But what this does is put a distinct spin on the IPA category for the New Orleans, Louisiana area. I guarantee you, if you're in this area, you have not had an IPA that tastes like this. Absolutely phenomenal. Projected price point, I'm not going to ask you for, but typically you guys can. You do 6-packs?
Right.
Do you do 6 and 12 packs?
No, right now we're just doing 6-packs.
Just 6-packs.
We're looking into 12-packs right now, designing them, figuring out what we like with 12-packs. But right now it's just a 6-pack, and it'll be a 4-pack for the Hopitoulis, but it'll probably be the same as a 6-pack of blonde, probably around $8.99.
That's
maybe
fantastic.
$7.99 depending on some stores.
That's absolutely fantastic.
But that's the idea. We'll do it in a 4-pack, 16-ounce, and have it the same price as a 6-pack.
Very nice. Very nice stuff. Well, I'm probably forgetting something. Tell me something I haven't asked you.
Let's see. It's one of our favorites. We have 4 year-round beers and 4 seasonals. We are very happy with the Hopitoulis. We like to experiment a lot too. Like I was saying, we do casts all the time. So like the other day, I told you we took our Hopitoulis and we did it in a cask condition with East Kent Goldings hops. We actually debuted it, or we actually served it at a English pub, and we called it our East meets West IPA, which is pretty cool.
Very nice.
A lot of the folks that attend this bar, this pub, they're a lot of them are from England, and they enjoy having that kind of beer there.
Really?
So it was receptive very well. So. But
what's the name of the pub?
It's called the Crown and Anchor Pub. It's in Algiers Point. It's just on the other side of the Mississippi River in the West Bank.
Very nice.
But it's a very cool spot. We do a cast there the first Saturday of every month. The first Friday of every month. So yeah, but we did a special cast for American Craft Beer Week, considering it's such a big week. We want to do something special with them. So it's been a fun week so far, and we're excited about tonight as well too. So
that's fantastic. In fact, tonight, the one thing I know I will be able to partake in, though I'm really sad I missed out on that East meets West IPA.
Yeah.
The Avenue here in New Orleans will be featuring a NOLA only tasting, which is a yeast education tasting.
Yeah, most of the times, you hear about people, they do special beers, they usually do special kinds of hops with them. Well, we kind of took that a different direction. We took our blonde ale, our wort from our blonde ale, and then we used 5 different kinds of different strands of yeast. We use a Trappist yeast, we use a Pilsner Kolsch yeast, we use a Bach yeast. So we have 5 different kinds, and pretty much you're just trying to see what the yeast strain. So using different kinds of yeast, because I think with the blonde ale now we use like an American style yeast ale, like American ale yeast. So we trying to see by tweaking the yeast, what kind of beer can you yield, like how much is that going to change our beer. So we'll have those 5 strand blondes, and then we'll have our regular blonde ale. So you'll try this one, then you'll try a regular and see the differences, like how the yeast can change the beer so much.
This is one thing that I really love, is when local breweries actually go out of their way to try and not educate you by writing something down and hoping you're going to read it one day, but put a beer in front of your face and say, listen, you already love our blonde ale. Why don't you try our blonde ale this way and see how you like it? And really what that's going to do is further educate your customer and actually give them a greater depth of appreciation for your product. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. That is going to do it for us here on The Rounds. It's always a pleasure. My name, of course, is Glenn. This is Buck. This has been NOLA Brewing. Thank you, New Orleans. Thank you, NOLA Brewing. Absolutely fantastic. Drink local, please. Drink independent, drink American, and drink to your health. And we'll see you next time here on The Rounds, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.